Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Wednesday in the markets. February 8th. We're going to look at a little technical analysis, some BBBY price action, SPY, GME. I bought shares, I sold shares, did some options. I took a bit of a loss today, but it was all in good risk management faith. I think that's how you say that. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. You can follow us on Twitter here at Happy Money YT, as well as Discord. Link for those are in the description. Free to join. Yeah, so on stream today, went over all of the info that we have as far as BBBY's filings and the different articles and everything. So I'm not going to go over it in this video. It's basically the same things what I said in yesterday's video, though. It has, from my understanding, has pushed off bankruptcy, at least for a few quarters at the least. And that's all I need to know. But there are certain prices and stuff with the warrants, what they can exercise at, that's kind of interesting, and I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. Like $6 something is where they exercise their warrants of the common shares at, and then there's another price of like $2.37 where their preferred shares, I think they can exchange them for common shares, something like that. Anyways, it's not dilution at this point. I think it could become dilution. They've raised their 250 million, and they have 800 million more that they could raise with the warrants, I believe. So, little recap there on BBY. SPY today, there was some Fed speakers, kind of chopped around. I didn't trade futures on it. I kind of just sat out. But it's actually down 1%, so little gap down this morning, and then sold off, and then bounced this level we had here is 410, back to VWAP, and then back down to 410. Pretty slow day. We do have initial jobless claims tomorrow, which I definitely think could move the market. That's in the morning. And then let's see here. Yeah, initial jobless claims and consumer sentiment. So consumer sentiment could Waller speaks also on Friday. So next couple days there could be some movement. Big thing is, of course, next week on Tuesday, CPI. Market crashing, top being confirmed. Might not happen until next Tuesday at CPI, but we're definitely starting to chop and consolidate and trade in ranges up here. So seeming like it's topping out. But it's hard to tell because big reversals, big turnarounds. Bulls are definitely still awake after this crazy move yesterday. But then just to give it all back. So very choppy market right now. But big ranges, kind of crazy. GME, so I don't know if I mentioned in yesterday's video, I thought it was going to come down, but then the way the daily candle ended yesterday, it kind of wicked out of the channel. And so I was like, well, maybe it's trying to stay in the channel still. So I actually got a little more bullish on it after seeing how that wick stayed in the channel. And so this morning I closed my puts on GME, my long puts, just because I was like, it's still in the channel and it's not coming down, and it might come down, but not coming down today, and it might be trying to stay up in this channel. And again, kind of still is really flat on the day, extremely low volume on GME. Yeah, 2.3 million. We've got 30 minutes to go. Very, very low volume. So really news on GME might be more, that's maybe more what we should be anticipating, because they spoke about it in their earnings about buying a used business or used company or pre-owned company, I think they said. And that most likely will come before next earnings, which is coming up in March, which I guess we still have probably over a month till their next earnings. But yeah, this channel, I mean, if it stays in here, we might have some more ups on GME, at least back to that 24, and see what kind of resistance we get there again once we hit it. Price action is very strange on it. Volume swings and chopping, and then bull flags and bear flags, and then inverted hammers that seem like it's coming down, then it rips, then yeah, all over the place on that. I haven't changed anything. My long puts, yeah, we'll go over the place. Let me look at the TA real quick here though on BBY. So gap down there, and then today it did sell off, and that large position I bought in yesterday, I actually scaled out of quite a bit of it today. I went in too heavy, and I made money on the covered calls yesterday that I sold, which was nice. But then today, when we broke this low, it was too much on margin, so I actually closed out of the margin position on my long term. Took a pretty big loss on it, unfortunately, because it was a large position. But I'm glad I did, and I probably will get more, but I'm gonna wait for signs of a bottom, and it probably won't be as much as I had. I'd like to probably get it with cash secured puts, some more exposure that way. So close out of some here on that break of 3 this morning, and then I remembered I have my IRA I could get some, so I actually picked up some shares down here. But I do think it's probably going to keep coming down more. It's hard to know with this thing. It's so volatile, and news after hours could send it anyway. Just look at the TA. We've got an hourly. We've got a bear flag there. We also have this kind of, it's large, but head and shoulder. So I do see that. Today it did kind of hold this support, this 20, whatever line we have drawn here, 26-ish. It kind of hold this support, bounce off it a few times, which was a prior support back here, which is a good sign. So it's possible it holds that, but I'm not holding my breath for that yet. I think it probably will break that, and next level down will be the 2480, which was support back here, as well as kind of a resistance back here. And that's probably a pretty strong level for it to hold. Looking at the volume even, it'll kind of confirm a lot of volume trade in there. So the bottom of that range would be 24, 24, 27, kind of right here where all this was traded. So that might end up being support. If that breaks, then there's kind of another level here at 2250, so 2.25. And I'll be kind of just watching all those, each of those supports if we keep coming down. We potentially be getting more, open up cash secured puts. IV is still extremely high, so it's a nice play for Theta Farm. Yeah, and so yeah, my position on long term is closed, but I did get some shares today on it, on the Roth. And then on this account, of course, we're down. I bought in pre-market at 4 something, 423. So be down 66% on that, which is crazy. It's come down that much just from that pre-market day. Anyways, I also opened up these cash secured puts that day. Of course, these are down too. These are 3 strike. These expire on Friday, which I guess is 2 days. So if these are in the money, I'll just roll them down to next week and to probably as low a strike as I can. 2.5 is possible. I'll do that. I haven't even really looked at rolling these, but let's see if there's any kind of options to roll it right now. February 10. So I could roll to the 3 strike and get a premium. So 2.5 would be a debit. So I might just end up rolling it to a 3. Or I could go out another week, probably roll to 2.5. Yeah, I might do that just to receive a credit. Roll down to 2.5 for the next Friday. And then that would be a $351 credit. And of course, I'll be reducing my cost down to $2.50. So it'll be giving me back more capital. So that's kind of my plan with that. And then covered calls most likely on these shares. I just wanted upside exposure, but yeah. And then on the long term, I'll do maybe some cash secured puts. Did one little future trade on nat gas, messed around with my margins because of my GME position. So didn't have a whole lot left the ES alone today. Let's see, what are we doing here? Sold short calls. Oh, I did cover calls at GME today, but it was so flat. I ended up closing them out because it was looking kind of strong. I was trading that channel. SPY was looking kind of strong. Closed them out for break even, and then closed out these puts. Yeah, these puts I took a loss on. Remember I opened up puts yesterday on GME. I think we'd probably keep coming down as we were breaking through the channel, but turns out we just wicked. So closed those out for a small loss, and then we got back into cover calls, and then closed it back out for break even because they never went. GME just never went down, and just it's crazy that literally the call price just stayed flat on GME all day. Very strange. Yeah. And then I bought HKD. Shout out the stream. calling it out. It's at its all-time lows. I was kind of wanting to get a position once it hit down here again, potentially. I don't know what's going to happen if this thing gets lower, because it's never been lower, and it is a weird, sketchy Chinese stock. So I don't know if it just flips and goes low and then it starts coming out the top, like Snake, or what. But I want to find out, and so I got some shares, and so I'm gonna hang out. If it does, all realistically though, if it does break this support, I might have a stop loss and just close it out. But so far we haven't seen it break that. There's no signs of a reversal, no signs of a bottom or anything. I just strictly on price and where it's been before. Back here, there really wasn't any signs of a bottom or reversal. No, it was just price. I mean, yeah, there's nothing. So hopefully that's happening again, and we're going to see another rip to 37. It's not promising yet, but yeah, so got shares of that. And yeah, yep, that's what I did. And then the stocks, of course, I closed yesterday. The hypey ones that were running that I didn't have patience for. I don't even know what they are anymore. Oh, MSGM, this one's up 18%, which I closed yesterday. And actually looks nice again, setting up a bull flag on the hourly here, bouncing off that bib level. And then there's another one I closed, which is actually doing well. Didn't even check Evital. No, but yeah, MSGM is the one that moved up quite a bit. Carvana looks pretty good too. Apron's up some. Yeah, these things are just taking turns, kind of rallying. So I'm fine not to be back in them now. I think we're gonna see a topping on the markets here. Not sure if it'll affect those too much, but yeah, that's what I got, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.